Don't comb that child's hair like that. You're combing it too hard. Don't comb it like that.
Oh, Mama, I hope my child's hair don't come out like that.
If they black, they black. If they got big nose, they got big nose. If they got a big mouth, they got big mouth. If they got curly hair, they got curly hair. So what you trying to change them for? We want you to put something in their head.
The comb that found expression through the artistic skill that he possessed represented an extension of himself and the culture.
First of all, there's something I would want to tell my dreams first, before my dreams can tell something to the children of Africa at large. Yes, that. First of all, I would say to my dreams, you are bigger than imagination itself. But the higher you set your barriers, the taller I become. That's what I'd say to my dreams. And then my dreams would turn around and look at all the kids of Africa and say to them, every dream is valid.
Everything is valid.
Every dream is valid. No matter where you come from.
Yeah.
And circumstances do not determine your dreams.
and down for the perfect spot to cheer. Summer madness is so contagious. Summer madness is so outrageous. Listen to your mind, listen to your heart, listen to your soul, deepest melody. Listen to your mind, listen to your heart, listen to your soul, deepest melody. Listen to your mind, listen to your heart, listen to your soul, deepest melody. Listen to your mind, listen to your heart, listen to your soul, deepest melody, deepest melody, deepest melody, deepest melody, deepest melody.
Dedicated to my dreams. And so it says, wherever you are, wherever you're from, dream on, dreamer, because you are a bright star. There is power within the light, and remember to listen to your mind, listen to your heart, and listen to your soul, because that's where your greatness lies. And remember to listen, to change the world, and be yourself. And just listen to your mind, listen to your soul, listen to your heart.
Represented an extension of himself and the culture.
This is the Comb Connection, brought to you by Hefro, and I am your host, Abiso, Msuthu, Memela, Ngwekazi, Mfana, Wagwanyati. So here we are on our second podcast, and we're still loving it. So this podcast is dedicated to our dreams, right? So the topic is dedication to my dreams. And I came across a post on Facebook which was very touching. It was very heartbreaking. It had a lot of comments. It had a lot of shares, had a lot of likes too. So I thought, you know what? Let's actually make this story heard. Let's make South Africa hear the story, and so that other people who are in the same situation or facing the same thing, that they don't give up, they actually continue, because there are people who went through the same thing and actually conquered it, and now they are at a higher place. And the reason why dedication to my dreams is because the year is starting, and some of us have goals that we want to achieve for the year. Some of us have New Year's resolution, and some of us just finish matric and we want to go to varsity and we want to make our dreams possible. And there are some of us also who decided last minute that, I actually want to go study in varsity, and right now we're trying to apply for a place to get into varsity, and some of them are waiting. And there's those of us who who from the protest of last year are still studying and are going to write exams. So yeah. So with any further ado, I would like to read the story. Okay, so the story goes, Dear Black Child, listen to my story quick. It's a long, but it's worth the read. If you think you are not gonna make it, see if you could make. See if. Okay, let's do it again. I'm human. Let's go. Dear Black Child, listen to my story quick. It's long, but it's worth the read. If you think you're not gonna make it, if you could have made it through this. I, Sisa Tsebula, had no money to study, no registration money. Matter of fact, a lady from church gave up her registration fee to have me in school. I had an alcoholic mom and a broken family. I was black and poor and felt sorry for my ass. One day I decided to either let my situation define me or create a new definition to fight my light. Third year varsity, I was diagnosed with depression and was taking anxiety pills, and I flunked because mom got worse and I was living in a different home and it wasn't easy and dad was absent. I smiled, but inside I was dead. I performed and fabricated a perfect me, but was nowhere to be found. In varsity, I had nowhere to sleep. Once I moved out of my temporary home, I slept in TV rooms, toilets, study halls, on the floor of friends' rooms, here and there, till they kicked me out. I showered with water and no soap. I ate a packet of knickknacks for the whole day and wrote exams hungry. You probably don't know this, but it happened to me. I hid it so well, my pain. On my graduation day, I did not hear them call my name because all the pain I had suppressed came back to me at once. I cried so much that everything went blank. I walked up the auditorium. Everyone cheered as if angels were cheering in heaven. I took these wonderful pictures below and I went into the bathroom and I cried so hard. Someone walked in the bathroom, have no idea who. They pushed a tissue under my door and said, "It's over. You made it, buddy." I cried even more. It was over. My chapter of agony was over. Mom was there, drunk as usual. Hers wasn't over, because I realized even though I had invited her to come and see the grace of God, her eyes were long taken. Her soul was missing. She wasn't present. I walked away and I never went to celebrate like others. I went into bed with my degree, certificate, and suit. I cried all night till I woke up at 6 a.m. thinking I must go to class. Then I realized I was done. Not only was I done, but a rag like me that year had it to the dean's list and the university's top 15 students invited to the Golden Key Society. Yes, that child of a drunkard. So I'm saying this even if it's one person reading this, so that you may know that God is not a man that he should lie. His promises are yes and amen. Whatever you are going through, you have been given the strength to conquer. Rise, black child, rise, son and daughter of the soil. They are lying. Poverty was never yours to embrace. It is created by the system and you are above the system. You are a ribbon of hope. Tie yourself to your vision. Aluta continua. Wow. Wow. What a story. So I happened to get a hold of the guy and I will call him and then we'll talk to him and try to get actually how this whole thing happened and how he feels about it, and just talk to the guy. So here we go.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm okay, thanks. And how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So after I was reading the story, I'm sure some people have like many questions that they would like to ask you. So I thought, let's do this, and then we can actually let them hear what the story is all about. You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me, who and where is Sisa from?
Okay. Sisa comes from Ukuletu.
Okay.
Man was 78. I was born and bred in Ukuletu. So most of my childhood I spent in Ukuletu from primary school all the way up to high school.
Okay.
And obviously university, because I went to the University of the West Indies.
Oh, UWC, yeah?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And family-wise, I'm the eldest of my siblings. I've got a small sister and a half sister and half brother.
You got a sister and a half brother?
Yeah, I've got a sister and a half brother. Basically, I think I would say I had a bittersweet kind of upbringing from the Kukuletu, but the best memories are also from growing up in Kukuletu.
Okay, and at UWC, what did you study?
I was majoring in language and communication.
Language and communication.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'm sure you know. How many languages do you speak?
No. No. You see, the thing is, when I said to people that I've studied language and communication, they ask me that question: how many languages can I speak? And because it's tough, you get to major in one language.
Okay, I get you. Well, my brother, after reading that story, at the end there, you said in your story that even if this story touches one person or it reaches to one person and makes that person change their life, right? So my question is, do you think that all circumstances that students and people go through in terms of like experiencing hardship, both a good life and a qualifying character?
You know what, ne?
Yeah.
There's a verse that I like in the Bible. This verse says that it says struggles and hardship build character.
Right.
I think I'm not saying that everyone who is of good character has to go through struggles or suffering. You know what I mean? I think people can still be of good character even though they haven't gone through heavy stuff. But like that verse always kept me strong to remember that these hardships and these things that are happening to me now, as much as I'm asking myself why for me, like these hardships are building a character out of me.
Yeah.
So I would say to a large extent, people who go through such things, they tend to be of better character. They tend to be understanding of situations. Because I feel like it's easier to relate to someone who's been down the road where you've been.
Yeah, been in your shoes,
you understand, someone who assumes that they understand what you're going through. So in essence, what I'm saying is such situations, they do build a person's character because you learn to be resilient, you learn to be self-reliant, you learn to overcome, and those skills or those things that happen at that time, they build such a character where later in life, when things start happening to you, you start feeling like, God, I've been through worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I get you. I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel such circumstances do to a person.
Yeah. Now, okay, we're talking about hardships, right? And on your third year, you were diagnosed with depression, right? You've dealt with that.
Yeah, on my third year, actually. You know what I've learned about depression is this. Depression is not a disease, according to me. Depression is a phase and a stage which a human or a person goes through. And depression is curable. And when I say it's curable, I mean you have to literally remove yourself from the situation which is causing you to be depressed. And once you step out of that situation, for me, I feel like you've moved out of depression, because depression is temporary. Depression is the sword. Depression is the surroundings. Depression is, it's the feelings more than anything, you understand? More than something you can identify as a sickness. Because once I stepped out of that, once I snapped out of it, I was out of depression, and I found this self-owned peace and happiness, where I said to myself, you know what? You can either be depressed and feel sorry for yourself, or you can take charge, and even if it's fabricated happiness, at least it's something, you understand? So I needed to step out of that thing. And just to elaborate on the depression thing, after the psychologist told me I'm depressed and I had to take these anxiety pills, you understand? I was taking these anxiety pills, but the day I decided to be free, you understand, was a day where I told myself, I'm never going to depend on pills to suppress my pain and sort of create happiness for me, or a way of living, you understand? Or these pills becoming my coping mechanism with whatever's happening in my life. I'll be taking those pills and I'll still be in the same situation. Every time I wake up, I am still in the same situation. Or I could get up, flush those pills, flush all these bad things in my life, and move on, which is exactly what I did. And I stepped out. When I read some of the comments of the people who went to school with me, they say, you know what, the way you were such a happy chappy, bubbly, we could have never imagined you went through this. And that is what I'm saying, that after that depression, I created this bubbly person. I chose this happiness, you understand, to step out of it. And that's why they couldn't see it. They could have never imagined that this person is going through this, because I had told myself to step out of it, to snap out of it.
And what really stood out for me is that you're saying that you with you having the depression, right? You kind of like develop this character of like hiding the pain, and you had to kind of like act out that, yo, listen, I'm actually happy, you know, like. So in the world out there, you look as if like you are happy, but then as soon as you go into closed doors, like you have this depression. So for you, hiding that pain and all that frustration, you know, that depression from the outside world, how did you manage that?
Okay, that's a very good question. Thank you for that question. I don't condone people camouflaging or hiding depression, where when they're in the forefront in front of people, they smile and they laugh, they go back and then they're depressed again. I think you have to deal with the root of the problem first, the depression itself. You gotta deal with depression. You can even step out and smile and put a mask. I don't condone masks. You understand? I do not. I believe in whatever I was going through. The time when I was depressed, it was visible that something is wrong. A friend of mine said to me, you know what? When I registered on Facebook, I didn't know this was going on. You heard it so well, but I knew there was something wrong. I just couldn't put my finger on it. You understand what I'm saying? So she means at a point in my life, I was depressed and I was masking it and I was hiding it, but it was eating me up inside. Every time I went back to the toilet or a TV room or wherever, it hit me. You understand what I'm saying? It hit me so hard. To a point where I said, you know what? If life throws lemons at you, you gotta make lemon juice. That's what you gotta do.
Nice.
You gotta
I like that.
lemon
Yeah,
juice.
yeah.
You understand? And besides, lemons are bitter, but you can still eat them. You can still swallow them. So I said to myself, your pain is bitter, Sisa, but you can still swallow it. It's bitter, yes. So I personally, I didn't go out to people and smile and laugh and go back to my room and eat depression pills and feel depressed, you understand? Or wherever I went back to, which I call the temporary home. I said to myself, beat depression first. If you can beat depression first, then you can go out, you can be bold. Whenever somebody says something offensive, it's not going to get you and you find yourself because now the depression is starting to get to you and that thing is affecting. You're happy and you've got inner peace. No matter someone can spot you at the toilet and speak to people about it, that you're sleeping in the toilet, you're still going to walk tall because you know why? You've accepted the situation and you're no longer depressed by it.
Exactly. Thank
you know?
Now, I'm quite surprised by the places that you've been through, you know, by sleeping at your friends' floors, like TV rooms, even the toilet. with that, right? Do you think that that hardship should be used as like a monument of hardship that a student or maybe even a minor who's in pursuit of a study should undergo? Like, let's say a student from, say, from Port Elizabeth, who's going to maybe UWC or CPUT or even UCT, and they're trying to pursue this dream and they don't have a place to stay. But do you think that they should try to like sleep in TV rooms or toilet?
Certainly not. I wouldn't say people resort to such things. You understand?
Right.
I wouldn't say people must go and sleep in toilets or TV rooms now. I did it because I had no choice. When I say I had no choice, I had two things here.
Right.
I was either going to go back home and give up and go and sit in the shack and go and sit with my mom and go and sit whatever situation that was, or I was going to fight.
Right.
Fighting me meant not stopping at anything because there's no other choice. If I drop this ball, I go back to this miserable world, and now I want to step out of it. And it's all about how much do you want something. And I had this vision in my head that nobody could see, a vision of a better person, a vision of somebody who did his circumstances or whatever. You know what, man? I could have said, let me just go be a street kid, whatever.
Yeah.
But I said to myself, God gave you such grace, or God made a way for you to be in this university. It means that He wants you here. Okay? You don't have a room to sleep in. You don't have all of that stuff, but you've got a brain. God has given you the ability to succeed here. That is the step. So I said to myself, look, Sisa, now you don't have a room or anything. You don't even have just the money to go back home to begin with. Where are you going to go? You're going to be here, and you're going to find places and spaces and to be here, and also for yourself, to prove to yourself what you really want to be here, and you're going to do this for yourself. You know what? When I watched the movie Pursuit of Happiness, the movie by Will Smith, people don't understand why I cry every time I watch that movie. There's a part in the movie where he's sleeping in the toilet with his son,
I know.
There's somebody who's knocking. There's somebody disturbing his peace. He's inside the bathroom, and there's somebody who's
closes the door.
And then he closes the door with his feet, I think.
Yeah.
And then he tries to sleep. You understand? And when I watched that movie, I remember me, actually. I remember myself sleeping in a toilet that doesn't even have a window. And early hours of the morning it's cold. So, and I remember people were saying outside the bathroom, knocking and pushing the door and saying, man, no, we know this bathroom works. Why it doesn't even say engaged or whatever, but, it's locked. And I kick in and I'm inside the bathroom with my school bag. And, you know what I mean? So I relate to that. I personally chose to do such things because I felt that if I don't do such, if I don't make it work, if I don't pretend as if I'm watching TV in the TV room and then fall asleep on the couch in the TV room when everybody else is gone, you understand? I had nowhere to go. So there was literally nowhere for me to say, son, look up, I'm going home. Where? Like, I didn't have that. Yeah, one.
Okay. They say that God, right? God is a jealous God, and God is good, and God is love, right? And with your situation, one would say that God is cruel by letting you sleep like in the toilet. You even have guys that sleep on the streets, right? Now, going to the back to your story, to the when you went up the auditorium and everybody was cheering, and you're saying that it was as if like angels were cheering in heaven. Now, was that the time when you realized God existed, or did you believe in Him all along, and did you pray to Him like in each and every night to better your situation?
That is a very beautiful question. You know what you're saying, somebody could have looked at me, or I could have looked at myself and said, somebody else looking at my situation would say God is cruel.
Yeah.
How can somebody go through that?
Yeah.
I always say to people, God wants faithful people. God should always find faith in you. In whatever situation you go through, God is looking for people who are still able to say, even in this situation, Lord, you are God. God is looking for people who look beyond the circumstances. The Bible gives us a hope, do you understand, of heaven itself. And whatever we endure, whatever hardship is living on earth, there's a heaven to look forward to. So as much as I was then in a toilet, nothing, on a cold floor, tiles. You understand? I never, I promise you, I did not say Uchitwa Keko. I don't remember myself saying there's no God. I remember myself crying, tears, and saying Titwa Ndibone. All I could say to him was, Lord, watch over me. I was saying, Uguti, even in this one, you still God. And you say university. Like with no education background, no one to look forward to me or role model or whatever. But you chose me. I saw it as, and mind you, I was always at student prayers. I was always at 12 o'clock at the student center praying together with people of we student Christian organization. The time when in New York auditorium, did I think he was always there. That's why I could look at the situation and see angels cheering, is because I feel like God put me on a test to showcase in front of angels and in front of God. My son passed the test, and the angels were cheering. Wow, somebody on earth could go through angels in jail, but still be able to see our God as God. So that's why I could relate that event to some gathering in heaven and angels cheering. It is because Uchiko was always there. Always there. You know, I got a nickname, a packet of nicknames that I'm going to eat.
Yeah.
That packet of nicknames, I'm going to eat it for the whole day. And I would take it and I would eat it and I would pray for that it fills me up. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sure with it, prayer was always part of my life. Essentially, we exam room. My stomach because I hadn't eaten, and my body, I had energy. And that time my brain challenges me. It would tell me, Wuti, you are hungry. You won't be able to concentrate. How can you write an exam hungry? And you're fine to kick in, Wuti. A human brain can only focus for so long, or a hungry brain can't focus. No, you can't teach a hungry child. Such things would come to my mind. I'd wake up 30 minutes later from whatever debate is going on in my head, whatever demons I'm fighting. 30 minutes later, I realize my pens are moving. I'm about to finish that first essay because instead of debating, and I'm trying to get my body to be strong, and I'm trying to tell my stomach to calm down, because now people are looking at me, they can hear my stomach doing and those funny things. So I'm in that debate in my head, and I put my head down. In the debate, I would even ask, are you okay? Do you want, are you good? And the two together, oh my God.
Is it that loud?
That loud, like, oh my God. And around the corner, Jongba, what the hell's wrong with this guy? And then I say instantly, who is with me? Then you are going to make this brain to be able to transfer a lot of things to either wallpaper, because I need this more than anything in life. And I was right. They told me I asked more than about you who went to exams having eaten Kellogg's or oats or whatever.
Yes. Now, it's that part, my man. But I always think about from the story. I always think about like your relationship with your mother, right? From the story, it says that I'm gonna quote, right? It says, "Mom was there as drunk as usual. Hers wasn't over because I realized, even though I had invited her to come and see the grace of God, her eyes were long taken. Her soul was missing. She wasn't present." Now, from that, I want to know, like, have you forgiven your mother for not taking note of all the hardships that you had faced in varsity? What's your relationship like?
Okay, thank you for that question. You know what? When I wrote that statement, man, I'm speaking about Mama. Like I could have brought other people who deserved to be at my graduation.
Right.
People who had been supportive in my journey of schooling.
Right.
And I didn't bring people, and they were mad at me. Some people from church, some people who, like I mentioned it somewhere in the story, that I've moved out of my temporary home. You understand? So the lady who took me in to stay with her, so she deserved, according to whoever, even myself, to be at my graduation. But I made a conscious decision to go to the tavern and get my mom, rather, to come to my graduation. I was hoping Mama would see the grace of God and above abanye mama who had gangsters or those things. Like, I was hoping Mama was with my child, there is a better life for me, because Mama gave up on Ubomi because she felt like life is too hard for her. okay, life is not fair, all the kind of things that humans go through, you understand? Those things defeated her. So I was hoping to give her a new hope that, with me being educated and I'm going to push, God is going to give us a better life, and God has done you the favor of raising your child and putting your child at a higher position. Yeah, bro. I was hoping that, and when I say Guti, I realized Guti, her eyes were long taken. She didn't see all of that, because after that event, Umama went back to square one, like worse than ever before. And you understand?
I think it's because she saw. I think she was there. She saw that, and you're saying that she was worse than before. I think it was worse than before because that she wasn't there for you. She wasn't there to kind of like support you. So now that's kind of like eating her inside. That's what I can picture it from my side.
Yeah, I think you're 100% correct. Certainly, I think it is something of that sort. Maybe we should start having these feelings at Lumdana. I wasn't there for you, and Boko.
He made it.
But he made it, you understand, those things. Which is some of the conversations I had with her a while back. That, why are you like this? Why are you doing such things? Don't you love me enough? And I remember at some instances, I would show her women sitting next to the street, or they are selling chicken feet. And I'd show her those women. I'd say, Mama, can you see those women? Those women are out on the street selling these things because they don't want to give up on the kid. They know their parents, and they must put, even if it's just a loaf of bread and water on the street.
Half of bread is
or even a half, you understand? Just so what Abantwana can eat, you understand? And I come from a poor community, and those things were there. And I'll tell her, Mama, I beg you, I would never be ashamed to say that because we're in someone in or because we're in someone appeal. You understand? And at times I would even say to her, okay, leave me, but for my brother's sake. Because you understand, now, okay, I've gone through whatever I've gone through, but I'd show her these examples and things. But I've also learned something. Ubangabana, ukhona la moto nditho ithi ungayithatha uyise emanzini, but you can't make it drink the water.
Exactly. Yeah.
You understand? As much as I would, and Umama, like what you asked me about, have I forgiven her? I was never mad at Umama. I was trying to assist Umama to see the bigger picture here. Umama, yes, I would say here and there be anger, but it wasn't an anger. I hate her and I'm full because even through my studying and everything, I was and all that stuff. You understand? If I get whatever I get from financial aid at school, I still buy her some groceries and go home with mom. What I'm trying to get at, and then in Sula, I was never angry at her or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was angry, like normal anger, like a little bit angry, but not hatred. It wasn't something to do with hatred because I love her too much to hate her. You understand? And you know what has been so difficult for them now is that Umama, before her roller coaster, before things fell apart, I could never accuse Mama and say she was never there for me because I'd be lying in front of God. Mama, in my dad's absence, Mama was my pillar. Mama was this strong woman. In fact, the whole family looked up to Mama. Mama, I think at some point she felt the pressure of everybody looking up to her and everything. And Mama's pregnant with me, and at 16, so she's young. You understand? And so at some point I was there myself, maybe if I wasn't in the world, some mom would have fucking I used to hate myself, before I used to hate myself. But in front of them, Mama, once for a pregnant, she gave up school, let's go and she still pushed. So the point I'm trying to make is that Mama, I look up to her too much. Mama was everything home. And I believe as a Christian that, when the devil hits you, your source of living, up as long as whatever means, you think that you won't be able to survive. And when that happened to me, I didn't even know God that time. Mama collapsed. And I started saying Titopi, Titonshile, all that stuff. Little did I know about as much as Mama as my source of breathing and as my source of power and pillar, there was a higher power which was awaiting to elevate me. You understand? So that power found me, and it showed me that even though the devil has hit your mom, thinking that is your source of breathing and your source of living, but I am the source of living. I am the higher power. I am your being. That happened to me where Okay, I felt like Mama, when she collapsed, I felt like I have no one. I worked in a very cold world. Like literally nothing. Like there's nothing in nayo. Mama. It was something that I thought in my life, but who do I look up to in this world? I don't have a dad. Family is dysfunctional. My mom was the greatest thing, but I saw nothing greater than my mom. Mama, if I came back home with 70%, she'd ask me, where's the rest of the 30%? Not good enough. Not good enough. But Mama, no, I see, congratulations, but no, where's the 30? So then I was an A student, straight A student, my time of high school. Straight A, winning awards at school. Moving from that myself
even the top 15.
You understand?
Yeah.
But then now, top 15 is now later in varsity. But in primary school, when she was still keeping her things together, I was top student then even. Moving, I remember this 1 hour ceremony, I didn't do anything after that. So for me, it was so hard to go Mama changing face from this power woman everybody looked up to being sorry for my language, shit in the community where she labeled as Lagazi, from Kumbazi, that kudra, that tavern person. To being that, when you're walking in the street, that didn't make it any easier. People would stop me and feel sorry for me and say, Shem Mama Ko. Mama Ko used to be that. Hashem. That Hashem story. People would label me as Hashem.
People. Yeah,
So Hashem man. And kada kombo mama. But mama can now get Mama used to be A B C D. She used to be so and so and so and so. And all of a sudden, we understand. And Mama now never believe. What makes things very hard for her also to overcome and step out of. Mama is like to church. I've tried so many. Mama, she believes she's bewitched. Now it's hard to get somebody out of that mentality who believes God.
Yeah.
She believes she's cursed. She believes she's bewitched. She's gone to people who know that she's bewitched. So Lanto, I started knowing about she's bewitched. 40, feminine is bewitched and all that stuff. Now, I had to fight 5 times than the average person because I feel a feminine whereby every time we say a lounge, imagine you are growing up, you are in high school, you try to make my chick.
And that thing messes up with your head. Yes.
Nothing messes up with your head because when things happen naturally in your life because they should happen, you start thinking, oh, it's because in Tagaki. When things don't work out, you start thinking, maybe that's why my things aren't working out. Then you get to varsity, things don't work out. Then you start remembering, our things have been blocked. That's why our things aren't working out. Then you start thinking to yourself, I'm cursed, I'm blocked. So first of all, when God found me, he had to first remove the mentality there. You understand? So I had to fight 10 times hard. I had to fight those demons. Our finances are then after I'm a still with the drama, I'm a still with my academics. So it became too much and overwhelming for a black person.
Yes, what I really like, man, is the fact that you actually understand Mama, you know what she's been through, you know what her hardship, and you know why she's in the state that she is, and still after everything, like she's your mother at the end of the day, and you went back, and for me, from my side, like I really appreciate that, and my other question is, through everything that you've been through and you're going through, the power of music, like it's very powerful. Like when you listen to a song and then you're like, yo, this song takes me from here to here, So I want to know what was that song for you that kept you going through the experience that you were enduring at that time?
Okay, there's two songs.
Okay.
Two songs. One is an R&B song. One is a gospel song.
Okay.
The one R&B, the one song that I've listened to. Oh God, you don't understand. When this song plays, I would sing, and I would be standing on the roof, not the roof like a good balcony, just close to the roof at PwC, visiting a friend, a res.
Yeah.
And opposite, there's any res. for fancy kids there you have it's called CombConexion. So you know,
CombConexion, yeah.
So these kids that deliveries, double Nando's, and pizzas, and nice BMWs dropping them off and Mercedes Benz and all the they're the fancy cool kids. So I looked at Yonga Land standing there, and then Chris Walker, everything will be all right with the playing, you know, and that song said everything will be all right, you know, and when that song played, Chris Walker, everything will be all right. It would calm me. But everything will be all right. Everything will be all right. And then whenever I'm in church, I can force and tell you, on Fela Calvary. You know, I sing the song even today. You know, abantu bangandela bona babona umntana wencilakazi who comes from a dysfunctional family. Abantu bangandela bona babona umuntu who's not fashionable onxiba la bhukhi one on campus. You know, bandele bona babona umuntu who is not worthy. I wasn't worthy, but that song comforted me. But ukhona umuntu who I'm worthy to, which is God. You know.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is right. Music keeps me going, because even that silence would irritate me, silence would kill me. But music speaks to your soul. My soul is very pakam.
Yeah. So yeah, Chris Walker, everything will be alright.
Is there one just for me who can satisfy my needs and love me the way I need to be loved? Is there anyone out there who will hold me when I cry? Tell me everything will be alright, that's okay. That's okay. 'Cause everything will be alright. I know it will. Everything will be alright. In the morning, my when will I know to give my heart, mind, and soul, yeah, to someone like me who needs to feel love? Ooh, yeah. If I could wish upon a star and wish for love for near and far, try and find someone that I can tell my troubles to, and they'll say don't worry, 'cause everything will be alright. Sing it again. I knew, yeah. In the morning, oh, my dear.
Now, back to varsity, right?
Yeah.
One word, just one word. How would you view your varsity life?
One word,
One word, yes.
lemon.
Lemon.
Lemon is my one word.
You know
Lemon.
what, you know what I'm thinking now? I'm just thinking. I'm thinking of what you said. If God gives you lemon, make lemon juice.
You cannot make lemon juice. What can you do? What can you do? You know?
Yeah.
So when I say lemon, I know it was bitter, but I could swallow it.
Yeah. You tried, and it's actually good for your health, you know.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, it made you stronger to the person that you are right now today, and you've made it, you know.
Yeah.
And then okay, so now what do you do now? Where do you work? Where you at?
Okay, currently I am with the African National Defense Force.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a soldier basically.
You a soldier?
Yeah, I'm a soldier. Yes, I work at the School of Tactical Intelligence in Potchefstroom.
Yo, big guns, eh?
Yeah, you know what? The thing is this, Tabitha. I if somebody could have said to me 5 years ago that at this present moment I would have been a soldier, I would have been like, get out of here, you understand? There's something that people don't understand about destiny. Destiny is something powerful. And I've always believed in destiny because I could have never, you know what, funny enough, let me tell you something. You know when it is said that education is the key?
Yeah.
There are things that education can unlock that you in your average life or normal life you could have never been able to get or unlock. When the military came for recruitment, they came on time. It's such a weird story. They found me sitting on the stairs in front of the student center. They were standing there recruiting people, but this lady from the military walked up to me. There's so many people passing, there's so many people seated, but she decided to come up to me. And this lady asked me one question. Auntie, since I've been standing here, I've been watching so many people giving you a hug and screaming and talking to you. I just want to know, what do you do? Who are you? Why is everybody so in love with you? And then we laughed. And then I told her, no, it's just that I'm the person full of love. And this is the time I was going through drama in my life, by the way. So, but that drama, it was after I beat that depression, which, you know what, it's fine. It's about right. Yeah. So she comes up to me and she says to me, well, you know what, why are you studying? I said, I'm studying communications. Seriously? I'm like, yeah. Actually, the military is looking for people in communications, and I think you'd be the perfect candidate because it looks like I'm that kind.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I don't want to be part of the military. I'm sorry, I'm not interested in the military.
I'm sure you were scared of the guns, eh?
I am about carrying guns and wearing uniform like you, and it's hard to be in boots. So I'm sorry, try the other people. But I know in my prayers to God, I always said, whatever I do in my life, I want it to be something that inspires the nation. I want it to be something that's nation building. I want it to be something that takes self-sacrifice and something that serves others. Little did I know I would be part of an elite group of the SA military, the people who protect the country. But then something came to me and I said, but what if this is destiny? What if this is what you asked for? Because why is it that was standing off in military? Why is it that in a mall wearing this uniform? I want to buy a color, they want to hug you and touch you and whatever. It means this is something important to the nation. And you said to God that you want to be somebody important to the nation. Maybe this is it, you understand?
Right.
And since then, I've had no regrets. And funny enough, no mama, wherever she goes, you understand? Even in the taverns she sits in, she prides herself on
okay, so you as a soldier and protecting the South Africa or the world, So I want to know what's your take on the average African child, living in unsourced backgrounds, or should I say a child that has dreams of being in varsity one day?
You know what, Fabio? Every time I'm in a vehicle or a car to call it, and then I'm driving and I'm going past communities. Being part of the military, the crucial part of my job is traveling. I get to travel all over South Africa, even to the lowest communities. changing to the highest communities. I get to be around different communities and see different things. Whenever I'm in a vehicle and I'm driving and I'm driving past a poverty, like a community where I wonder, it's filled with poverty, you know. I zoom out. I zoom out of the people and drive an hour and look at just seeing a small child in a community like playing on the street. And then I think of life chances, you know. I look at the slums, I look at everything I've gone through and think about what are the life chances for Lamdano Zaragoza start. You understand? I think of those black kids and think, what are the chances? And I think of our government and everything and where the state, where the country is, and think, there's a black person in this country, yes, you know, like life chances. You've got so many things to overcome and fight. You understand?
Yeah.
You limited opportunity. Not saying as the opportunity, but the tools to the opportunities cut it up. The tools, you know, and then life chances. But and I always not so many people have Sisa's strength. Sisa and the resilience of Sisa to create it differently. You understand? Just genuine because like certain things, which is why it said that God gives the greatest battle to his trusted soldiers. So njengoba abantwana abo badlala esakweni umuntu uhamba ngenyawo udlala esakweni indleko kwabo litshegombe yabona nabazali bahleli kakwendlu think life chances zalamntana uba what are the chances balamntana is going to be CEO one day, what are the chances balamntana is going to go to varsity and make it. Still nakhona quality of education azayifumana because mina kuqala I never went to fancy school zange tu ndifunde mna evukukhanye primary school tokhanye primary school but motivation yoba one day mna I take English footy and I'm going to speak it so well.
And you're speaking it so well right now.
I'm speaking it so well right now. And when people speak to me in halls, in auditorium, speaking, they've got this assumption that, that's one, cheese loyal. People have gone, called me cheese boy. And that's how many times. And I think to myself, you've got no idea how he's covering the cheese. I had to make this cheese myself.
Nice. I like what you did there. Now, lastly, okay, so you were speaking about dreams now, and the topic of today is dedication to my dreams, right? So it's basically talking to your dreams, right? And
yes.
I want to know if you had to talk to your dreams right now, and your dreams, if you say this to your dreams would say to the children of Africa, what would you say, or what would that be?
So what would I say to my dreams, and what would my dreams say to the children of Africa?
Yes. If your dreams were the messenger and you were the source, what would you tell your dreams to tell the whole of African children?
Okay. What would I tell my dreams?
Yeah.
First of all, there's something I would want to tell my dreams first, before my dreams can tell something to the children of Africa at large.
Okay.
You understand? First of all, I would say to my dreams, you are bigger than imagination itself. But the higher you set your barriers, the taller I become. That's what I'd say to my dreams. And then my dreams would turn around and look at all the kids of Africa and say to them, every dream is valid.
Everything is valid.
Every dream is valid. No matter where you come from.
Yeah. And
circumstances cannot determine your dreams. That's what I would like my dreams to tell all the children of Africa, that all their dreams are valid and their circumstances cannot define who they are going to become.
Wow. That's powerful.
Thank you.
Mr. Sisa, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the wise words. And I pray and hope that this will get out there and reach a lot of people to change their lives and to make something of their lives, to actually sit down and put everything on the table and figure out, like Ummusho, Sam, So Ummusho, you have to take out the dirty or the old bins in order to make something that is emnandi, And
yes.
I liked how you made the example of the lemons, as sour as they are, but you can actually eat them and you can make
Yes.
lemon juice. Yeah. So from our side, Com Connection and Hefro, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this interview. It's the first time I've actually spoken about it and actually being interviewed about it, rather. As much as I do tell those close to me my story, but I like what you said on Facebook, that this story needs to be at a wider platform, and deeper way to unpack so many things, you understand?
Yeah.
So I'm really, really grateful for the opportunity, and I just hope and I've got Tsebula it's going to touch a bunch. Like I said to you when I wrote that post to Facebook, I had no idea it was going to touch so many people. My hope was that it can touch one person. This message in this interview touches one person's life and then it changes it. Then we've achieved.
And now you're on 2,000 and something likes and 500 and
Can you imagine?
Wow.
Yes, I am literally trending. And
listen to you, I'm trending.
And that's one thing I realized that our nation is bleeding.
It is, my brother.
Our people, we need more stories of black excellence, we need more
what we intend to do.
Power.
Yeah.
Instead of black mockery that is out there on social media where we're doing dead posts and messed up things, you understand?
Exactly.
Can we post pictures that say hashtag rise black power? Can we post pictures that depict black excellence,
Yeah.
So thank you, my brother, man, again. Thank you so much.
No, pleasure, my brother.
Every day we hustle, we building it just to build these castles. We building it, don't wanna live in struggle. We building so we straighten our muscles. Believe in what I'm saying. We building it, time is now, no playing. We building it, future we are changing. We building it, excuses we are taking.
We live to achieve progression is the only option. Proudly South African self-made leaders are rising. Movers and shakers, we created the African dream. Seizing the day, so I say I did it my way. SK don't play homegrown, we make it happen. Looking forward, progressive to the last second in time. This is not just a rhyme, but a wake-up call indeed. Stand on 2 feet and your family you will
Don't wait
feed.
for no man to help you out. Help yourself, man, this is what life is about. Made in South Africa, that makes me proud. Scream out loud for liberation, togetherness, progress this far. We walk miles, now shit is on par. We not rap stars, but leaders of the struggle. Life is a puzzle, we put it together for future generations. Make poverty extinct with no hesitation.
Every day we hustle, we building it just to build these castles. We building it, don't wanna live in struggle. We building so we straighten our muscles. Believe in what I'm saying. We building it, time is now, no playing. We building it, future we are changing. We building it, excuses we are taking.
As an entrepreneur, we had to do it from scratch, building it from really nothing and making it work. From the scraps that he had and the belief that he has, made a name for himself, proudly South African chap. Every product he ever made, Joe was leading the pack. Worldwide and nationwide entrepreneur at its best. For every dream that he had to make it come true. And that's a man with principles, and there's only a few.
If Masakane couldn't help him fed to Vukus and Zandle, it's pan some better me no papa misabalele. Not saying I'm better than a lot of people, I'm smarter than. Now I'm better than simply because I worked hard at it. So through the year when I spot some, get up and strive hard. Love on Puma con, I mean I'm fan bang busy, die hard. But I think it's logical, my buys are bars of Shia. Don't be a follower, many wear shoot by your leader.
Every day we hustle, we building it just to build these castles. We building it, don't wanna live in struggle. We building so we straighten our muscles. Believe in what I'm saying. We building it, time is now, no playing. We building it, future we are changing. We building it, excuses we are taking.
I can't see it, but I believe it. If I believe it, I'll be leading. If I'm believing, I am living to make you believe in. Belief inspires me, belief inspires us. Belief is the fire in us.
Look, deep inside
guide you and see a star. If you want it, you get it, and that's how we are. We the youth of today and the leaders of tomorrow. Let's make it happen to minimize our sorrows. Lord, give us the brain to conquer the world. These are directions in the form of flows and words. The taste that stood the test of time is your success, my brother. You can read between the lines.
Now if I dream it, I'll have it. Stand in my way, man, forget it. I'm a achiever, I said it. And you stand it, I'm here to set it. Bakhona bazokuhleka, bakutshela ukuthi wolahleka. Unganaki, stay strong. Qhubeka lahlela, cause this is a door, I'm there to knock on it. And when I get a cow, I'ma make sure I milk it. Yeet love, nazo-ke sesifikile. All believers and dreamers, isikhathi sokuvuka sexy.
I never understood what it is to hold a dream, but I know how to hold a microphone and scream. Some said I'm an extremist, pessimist, hypocrite, discouraging my confidence, but I won't let go till I see the sun and prominence, and I won't say no till I see my death certificate. I stand with those that believe the sky's not limited. I'm homegrown in the soil, I promise I'm infinite. My attitude's winning. I don't know why you see different.
Every day we hustle, we building it just to build these castles. We building it, don't wanna live in struggle. We building so we straighten our muscles. Believe in what I'm saying. We building it. The time is now, no playing. We building it. The future we are changing. We building it. Excuses we are taking.
If life throws lemons at you, you gotta make it juice.
Yeah.
And besides, lemons are bitter, but you can still eat them. You can still swallow them.